have delved in the area of corporate social responsibility when the issues come up for clients. And increasingly for corporate boards, the issue comes up in the notion of risk oversight and disclosure, transparency. In the world of public companies, investors are very, very concerned these days around issues of corporate social responsibility. In fact, in this proxy season, the most common shareholder proposal, a third of the shareholder proposals, is around disclosure of political giving and board oversight of political giving by corporations, which is really a corporate social responsibility issue. And last year, more than half of the shareholder proposals that were brought at corporations had to do with social and environmental issues. So it's huge in corporate America. I want to share some of my biases with you. I really come from the perspective of thinking that the majority of CEOs and board members and employees of corporations want to do the right thing. They care about the world just like people in NGOs care about the world. And at the same time, I agree that we can all probably do a much better job of understanding the impact of our actions, of thinking more long-term when we're faced with an immediate decision, and how it's going to, who else should care about this decision and how it might affect people. I think we get into a lot of squishy concepts when we talk about corporate social responsibility. We know that the corporation is supposed to create a profit for its shareholders, but we also have this notion that they're supposed to care about stakeholders, and so some of the issues get a little bit squishy, and it leads really to my next bias. I think that corporate directors and managers need to become much more focused on and more comfortable in exploring when they talk about corporate performance and corporate goals and corporate strategy, what the social impact is and what the social benefit is. I learned in law school that corporations were created, they were chartered for a social purpose, which was to bring money together, to aggregate capital, if you will, from diverse sources and put it to a use that was good for society. And that's why, the East Indies Corporation, the early corporations were chartered by the king because they were going to do good for society that couldn't otherwise happen. And I think we need to get back to that notion that corporations generally do good when they are entrepreneurial, when they are innovative, when they make goods and services that society needs and wants. And I think we need to get corporate directors and managers more comfortable in thinking about that in their decision making and thinking about and integrating into corporate identity, how are we benefiting society? Just in our daily, what we do, what we're producing, who we're employing, how we pay taxes, and what are the other impacts? How else do we do good? How can we do good for society?